Welcome to Torah Andalus. This is class 81 of the Golden Doves. You may see the strategy that I've been employing, which is to study short portions, but understand those portions well. So these have been very short classes. I'm hoping that it enables you just on a daily basis to just listen to these snippets, gain some information, gain some understanding. And like this, there's a continuity, but also I'm trying to really segregate specific paragraphs which have specific ideas so that we don't say too much in any particular class. So now we're on, again, this is class 81 of the Golden Doves. We're on page 44. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth paragraph, last sentence of the fourth paragraph. I want to read it again. The third person, right? We said there's a first person. We said there's a second person. The third person states a predicate about something or someone, but it is not a person. So we said the first two persons, which are part of the dialogue, are actual persons because they express their subjectivity through speech. The third person is not part of the dialogue, and therefore he's not really a person. We call it the third person in English, but it's not a person. Right? That's why in Hebrew it's called the nistat. He said it. Right? So the third person is not a person. It states a predicate about something or someone, meaning I can say Billy ate ice cream. So it's stating something about what Billy did. The predicate is the action that he took in this case, or action that happened to him. Right? But it's not a person, right? The third person is not a person. It's really the verbal forum whose function is to express a non-person. So as in Hebrew, certainly this works perfectly, where ani achalti, I ate, I'm the first person. Ata achalta, you ate. Hu achal. Again, the fact that the word for the third person, achal, doesn't indicate any person, unlike achalti, which has a T to indicate first. Achalta has a ta to indicate second person. Achal is just the verb. So it's the non-person, right? The third person will best be understood as the absence of person and of linguistic subjectivity, right? So that's the whole point. So once there is no dialogue and there is no discourse, right? So the third person is actually the absence of a person, right? And there was an absence of a person because there's no linguistic subjectivity, right? In Semitics, the absolute personal pronoun of the first two persons contains the particle an, right? So how do you say first person? You say ani. Ani is I. Ani has the word an in it. The word an means a demonstrative denoting time and space. An means here and now. So the word ani means I am here and I am now at this time. Ani, right? Interesting. So that has to do with existence, right? So the word ani has to do with the existence of the person saying the word ani, right? And that's what a demonstrative is. And if you look at the second person, you also have it, ata. If you look at the word ata, which means you, the second person, there's a dagesh in the taf. The dagesh in the taf, it's really pronounced ata, because the original word was anta. That's how you originally said ata. But then the nun dropped and it became ata. So anta, that's the word. Again, you have the demonstrative an. A demonstrative is a word that indicates space and time, like this. When I say the word this in English or that in English, that's a demonstrative because I'm indicating something right now, here and now. That's what a demonstrative is. So anta, second person, is also the demonstrative. The an is indicating here and now. Right? But in most Semitic languages, like in Hebrew, the third personal pronoun does not contain the particle an. How do you say third person in Hebrew? Hu or he. There's no an there. It's not like ani ata, because you're not there, right? As in many, right, they're not there in the sense that because there is no linguistic subjectivity, they are, their existence is a sort of different type of existence. As in many other languages, who, he, the Hebrew for third person was originally a deictic pronoun. So really the word who or he is a way to point, or demonstrative pronoun, is a way to point out to something, right? So there's, I say that table. So who was a type of demonstrative where I'm pointing to something and I'm saying that. What makes it demonstrative or deictic is the word that doesn't have a meaning, except to what the word that refers to, which changes in any given circumstance. Right now I'm pointing to that cup. I could be pointing to that chair. I could be pointing to that sky, right? Or to this sky, or to this chair. So the point being, that's what makes it a deictic pronoun. It's something outside of me, which the meaning of which changes depending on what I'm referring to, right? So the word who or he was actually a deictic pronoun originally. So it's not the personal, it's not a person, it's a non-person, right, by definition. The absence indicated by the third person is particularly evident in the Semitic perfect verb. Okay, that's it for today.